in love. I'm in love. You're in love. I'm in love. You're in love. I'm your lover. Get your love. Get your love. I'll get your love. Get your love. I'm in love. What's in love? I'm in love. What's in love? I'm in love. You got the bomb. What's in love? I'm in love.
I still love you, baby. I still stay. I still need you, baby. Need you. I still want you.
Kos moro.
Môre.
Moro geen klas.
Hey, sê gou.
Geen klas.
Geen klas.
Yeah, but you have to do it with like geen klas.
Geen klas.
Never.
Ja.
Like geen klas.
Geen klas.
Yeah.
Geen klas. So
Like
dis
when they-
is so as Tamara cool. Geen klas. Okay. As jy op.
Ek is op.
As jy op. Okay, so we gonna be having the comments on that side. Good morning, welcome to the Morning Mix.
Yes.
I'm joined here by the Kaiser, Hannes Kaufmann, and Nea Aroba. I'm getting Mitch. Big Mitch.
Oh, my big meat.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us this morning once again on the Morning Mix. Lovely day. Ek het maar sleg geslaap gisterand, but I'll try and keep it. Yeah, you guys are gonna try and keep my spirits up for me here. So
No, we have to.
ek het, it was. I think I only really fell asleep around 2-3 o'clock this morning.
Should we talk about home remedies for runny tummies?
Yes, please. Want my mag was omgekrap.
Did you have craparitis?
Die craparitis,
You
maar
crap totdat jy oritis.
ja. Hulle noem dit in hulle taal noem hulle dit gousen.
Gousie.
Never sê net mag werk, maar my mag was omgekrap. Like sê net mag werk.
Ja, ek het mag
Like,
weer gehad.
Ja, like moenie skam wees.
Crapanitis.
Craparitis.
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 Ja, you crap totdat jy oritis.
Oh. Keer nee, ek het gekrap. Maar ek weet nie of ek nog alright. Ek weet nie of ek al alright is nie. I really feel drained this morning. Ek was letterlik in die kak.
Stay hydrated, my friend.
Yeah, need to stay hydrated.
Yes.
What remedies are there for
Unterberg.
onderbek? Kak.
Ja.
Nee, ek weet ek
Genuine,
kan
Unterberg. You drink one Unterberg, you'll be fine.
ek weet, man, ek kan nie nou onderbek drink nie.
Okay.
Hoekom is al die medisyne?
Kyk hierdie Duitser. He honestly looks at me like
He's disappointed.
ek dink nie daar's iets daarmee verkeerd dat jy dit
Ja, like seriously. Hoe's jy disappointed oor dit?
I'll guarantee you, Neville. You drink one Unterberg now, you'll be fine in 15 minutes.
I know that.
Must I get you one?
But I cannot drink onderbek like now 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock
Why
in the
not?
morning.
It's a
Ek weet
what
dis
do
'n
you call it?
kruie.
Elixir. That's
Ek weet, it's very good. I normally drink it, you know, as ons eet in die aande. You know, if I'm at a restaurant, then I would have an onderbek.
Yeah.
Because it's really good for the stomach.
Ja,
Maar is maar so-
metabolic system.
Ja.
Yes.
Metabolism, ja. Maar daai ding maak dronk reg.
Hallo.
Daai ding maak dronk.
Kan jy daai Duitser dit sê?
Ons drink Zorba van dit. Zorba is ons
I
onderbek.
apologize to our viewers and listeners out there. I'm sitting with a bunch of amateurs.
Ken jy nie? Hoe kom die Duitsers hulle raak so kwaad vir mense as mense wil sê nee, ek het genoeg gedrink vir vandag. Ernstig. Jy's klaar. Jy dan net 324 packs te drink.
324.
In Germany, beer is considered a soft drink.
Koffie sê gou vir my nee.
Anything is soft in Germany.
In general.
Yeah, in general.
So I understand that, you know what, and that's basically it's part of German culture.
Yes.
It's like, you know what, on a normal working day, we'll be starting to work at 8 o'clock, and by 12, 1 o'clock with lunch,
Yes.
you guys will have a beer.
Yes.
That's now in a normal German setting.
Yes.
In Munich or
Yes.
in Frankfurt or wherever.
Yes.
So you shall know beer it, and then you're going to go back to work.
Yeah.
And then namiddag gaan drink jy.
The British also do it. The English also do it. They
Yeah.
are renowned to go for pub lunches.
Nee.
I've been to England about 15 years back, and those times, your beer would cost you, or let's say your pint, no?
Your pint.
Would cost you, let's say, for example, anything between £2.30, £2.40. But your pub lunch, maybe your bangers and mash or your fish and chips,
Yeah.
that would cost you £3. So the ratio between food and the price for, let's say, beer
Yeah.
is very close together.
So, Mitch, would it be okay then? Because, beer is what they like. So, would it be fair if we drink Kobosa at lunchtime?
Look, like I said,
I mean, we must just be fair. If they can drink
if
beer, we
they
can drink
yeah, that's what I'm
Kobosa.
saying. For them, it's like for ons to say you can have 2 beers lunchtime. It's like soos jy said, jy wil ons terug, like jy
wil ons
wil 'n
terug.
storie begin hierso. Nou ons kyk, ek sê nie dit moet fair wees nie. Is alright, julle kan drink en ophou.
Okay.
Okay. Ons drink en bou op.
O, ek sien julle hou nie op.
Hou nie op nie. Ons
Dis-
drink en bou op. Ons moet die tolerance opbou.
Ek sien.
Ek kan na 5 ook gaan werk. Ek ken my werk. Ek kan beter werk as ek dronk is.
I'm going to speak
Ons
to,
begin convince vir onsself sulke
I'm
goed.
going to
Ek
speak
perform
to
nou as ek
Almarie
dronk is,
with
man.
regards to the company policies. They will be changed for lunchtime sessions.
Ladies and gentlemen, and here we have Hannes Kaufmann with the news.
Monte News. Monte News. Monte News. Firm but fair.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. A 45-year-old woman is in critical condition after she was allegedly attacked with a panga by her 51-year-old husband, who committed suicide immediately thereafter. The incident happened in the presence of their children in the couple's Ongwediva residence. The couple had allegedly been arguing about a domestic issue for several days before the tragedy. Oshana Regional Community Officers Inspector Thomas Ayomba said that the victim was cut in the head, face, and also the hand. Presiding judge in the ongoing Fishrod bail hearing, Shafimana Wetele, took Mike Gipunya to task and questioned him on the alleged millions from the proceeds of governmental objective quotas transferred to the SWAPO party for its Congress and presidential campaign. According to court documents, a total of 15 million Namibia dollars from 12,500 metric tons was transferred to the Sisa Namanje Trust, while 75.6 million Namibia dollars was transferred to the de Klerk Horn and Kutsia law firm, also known as DHC, with SWAPO receiving 6 million Namibia dollars from the 75.6 million. According to Gipunya's testimony, the payments made in 2017 to DHC were in totality meant for the SWAPO party. And finally, the Ministry of Environment, Tourism and Forestry has rubbished claims that the Shark Island camping site in Ludwig's Bay is built on a graveyard and that illegal alterations were made to the site. This follows after Namibia Wildlife Resorts announced this site was reopened for campers as of the 1st of November, which is not taken lightly by some. Shark Island is historically known for its graveyard site, where the remains are buried of many who lost their lives at the hands of the German colonial government during the Namaherero genocide between 1904 and 1908. Your Trustco share price today, the 10th of November, is at 2 Namibia dollars. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 10 cents, against the euro at 17 Namibia dollars and 50 cents, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars and 40 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Monte News.
This must
Firm but fair.
Julle moet tog julle mikrofone terwyl ek die nuus lees afsit en ook julle DJ handsets en musiek wat julle luister. This is important news.
Ek het hom gesê. Ek het
This
hierdie
is
bliksem
news.
gesê.
This is like the SWAPO party receiving all that money from Sisa Namanje Trust.
That
and
is
de
not
Klerk
news for
Hall,
us.
and this was 15 million.
Yeah.
They got SWAPO, the ruling party, and 6 million. How does that work?
Ja.
Dis hoe die man se
Hoe
patat
werk
jou
dit dan
nuus
nou?
laat die mense nie hoor wat
It's
sy
a-
party doen nie.
Yes.
Is hoekom hy daai goede
Nee,
gespeel het
man.
intussen.
That is
So
that
this
is
is
not
terrible
news.
what's happening here.
Yeah. That is not
This
news.
is the highest crime ever.
Yeah, we decided the moment you started speaking about that, ons net kom ons praat net oor hom. Ja. Hy sal niks die mense moenie hoor nie.
Yeah.
Moet ek bietjie comments lees oor
Please.
Yes, please.
Please just
Oh
quickly
my
read
God,
some.
man. Vader van keer. Okay, jy ken mos ons mense groet altyd mekaar en so aan so. Wil hulle sê vir jou, nee wil 'n glasie coke met sout sal die trick doen.
Wie is hy?
Is Karel Theron wat so sê.
Karel Tron.
Is dit Tron? Is dit die Theron?
Nee, is Tron.
Oh my God, man. Tron.
T-H-E-R-O-N.
Theron
Is
is
ons Okay, as
Theron-
ons soos die Herodos lees ons so.
Nee, jy lees net goup. Dis Tron.
Theron
sorry.
is that other white woman that traveled to America that's now become the movie star. What's her name?
Charlize.
Charlize Theron.
Ja.
Maar ag man, sy kom uit Brakpan uit. Man. Dis Tron.
It's Tron.
Asseblief Karel, jammer man, jammer vir dit.
Ja.
En dan het vir Monique Papels van Wyk, sy groet vir ons.
Nee, Australië naar groot belang.
Franco Jose sê, Calvi, what did your ancestors do at Shark Island?
Yeah. Let's go back to the SWAPO story.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
comments what is doing,
It's
yeah.
not what the Germans did. Well, what they did there, we all know that. But it's what NWR is doing. So just to let everybody know, NWR has said it's a lot of rubbish. That there are claims that the Shark Island camping site in Ludritz Bay is built on a graveyard.
Okay.
So it's rubbish.
NWR se hele jippe. Ja.
Ja, ons sal nog verder niks sê nie.
Ja. Laat hulle lyn. Stel nie belang nie. Whether that's a gravesite or not, the fact that so many atrocities was committed there, yeah, there's not supposed to be a campsite at Shark Island.
Back to the SWAPO story.
Yeah.
The atrocity of 15 and 6 million being paid to the ruling party out of fish money whilst our
Calfie.
people are dying of hunger. Yeah,
Okay.
Kofi,
this is an atrocity.
don't you understand government objectives? Mike said the money is for government objectives. Here, weet jy. Sien maklik nie.
How's the helicopter pad there at the new SWAPO building?
Nevel praat Nevel, moenie kom hierso nie praat.
A helicopter pad on the SWAPO
Listen,
building.
we are turning that place into
What the hell?
the new Katatura Hospital. Moenie met jou Lani
There
Colonial
is a
Storage
hospital,
kom.
just fix it.
Is kom maar twist of wat, kom maar. Kyk, kom ek sê,
Yeah.
hoeveel van die SWAPO members ken 'n helikopter?
Daga.
Daga.
Daga,
Maar hoeveel
daga,
van hulle
daga.
zijn like, imagine net al die members, die congress, like, daar komt een helikopter om ernstig te laten landen. En je kent die mensen baie goed gegaan. En dan horen hulle nou die sound.
Listen,
Ik zeg maar net,
on a serious note, before we continue, you know that place irks a lot of Namibians at the moment.
All of
ja,
us.
it does man.
And it does not matter how SWAPO you are. Your moral compass needs to tell you, if you look left and you see Katatura Hospital,
Yes.
and you look right and you see the SWAPO head office, your moral compass inside of you is supposed to tell you something.
Is
Yes.
not right.
Kyk, ons joke oor hierdie klas van tipe goed, but you know what? And Kofi, you know what, Mitch, I say, you know, my mother's been a nurse in that hospital for well over 44 years. And to see how that place looks like today. I mean, die hospitaal is nog nie eens geverf buite nie. Ek weet nie.
Yes.
Maybe that's just how it needs to
So
look
now,
from the
how does that all gel now with the majority of the budget being allocated to defense?
Hallo, moenie jy begin nie. Asseblief. Deser,
We're not even at war.
moenie begin nie. Ja. Maybe
Ek dink Marian het chat iewers.
hulle chat.
Hulle chat agter
Ja, hulle chat
agter
agter ons
iewers
rug.
chat hulle met hy.
Ja, ja. Los net uit defense budget, ja. Some of us must be protected.
I tell you, the first helicopter, I can put a bet on this. The first helicopter that's going to land on the helicopter pad at the SWAPO building
Ja.
is going to be a military helicopter.
Ja, maklik.
Kom ons
nee.
vat 'n
Ons
side
bet
bet.
ons bet op dat. En
So
dat
how does that work? A military helicopter on the ruling party's building.
It is government objectives.
to be sensitive. To be sensitive, it's government objectives.
I'm going to go camp at Shark Island.
Do that.
Oh my
Kry jou
god, man.
daar. Koffie, hoe lyk die coronavirus numbers?
Okay, very nice for you guys. Today, the active cases in Namibia, 194.
Ja.
With 0 deaths and 0 daily new cases.
Oh, guys.
Okay, so 129,023 registered cases up to now, with 125,265 recovered, 3,564 deaths. So the coronavirus cases in Namibia look very comforting.
Oh, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what, Mitch, you being, and I guess the three of us, wow, this is very interesting. All three of us here in the studio basically welcome this type of numbers.
Yes.
Because on a weekly basis, we host events.
Yeah.
I think all of us.
Right.
And I think in the last 2 years, I was saying it to you the other day, Kofi. It feels so good just to stand on stage with a mic in my hand and just to see people and to talk to people
Oh,
again.
man, I miss
It
that.
is such a relief. And I don't know how it was for you, Mitch, not being able to be on stage
Oh, man.
for such a long time.
You know, comedy is something I built my life around. I made a lot of choices to really, like, I left places that had me secured and comfortable, and I said, no, I'm gonna do comedy.
Yeah.
And I decided to do it like full time, and I'm probably was the only comedian doing it full time. So, and I lived off it. So my son would literally come at home and put on the lights and be like, "Papa, as jy nie meer snacks nie."
As jy nie meer snaaks.
Want hy is die krag, is like, "Papa, as jy nie meer snacks
Oh,
nie."
that's the electricity.
Electricity.
That's the geld nie.
Yeah, so that was really tough. And for my om nou die 2 December terug te kom op stage met 'n show.
Oh, are you going to
One-man
be
show.
performing the 2nd of December?
Yeah,
Okay, where?
met 'n one-man show by FNCC.
I see.
Clown Einstein is the show se naam so.
Okay.
Clown-
Alles sal uit dit.
Clown Einstein.
Yeah.
We're
We're going
looking
to
forward to
observe this.
We're yeah. And,
Well
Kofi,
done.
and how was it for you? I mean, not.
Yeah, you'd see, I'm more on the singing entertainment side. But yeah, also, you know, just missing out on the big traditional, well, let me say German festivals such as the Vika, the Oktoberfests and all that. Yeah, it was difficult. But then again, it was difficult for every Namibian.
No, it was difficult.
Whether you are a business owner or just a citizen or maybe somebody in public office or whichever it might have been.
Let's not go public office.
No, oh, yes, correct. They must
Nonsense.
got 6 million
Nonsense.
and then they,
There's nobody in public office who's been.
yes.
Who's,
Do they serve fish at Parliament during lunchtime?
preferably not now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
not now. You couldn't even look at fish in the supermarket at this point, because even the white people were feeling for us. They were like, "Oh my God, he bought 2. He bought 2. I'm leaving Namibia, okay?
They're still eating fish.
Why would you do that?" But it's crazy. The world is just crazy. It's a thing that we have to accept. Like people would know that there are literally people that live off performing life and what,
Yes.
but they would be like, "I'm against the vaccine."
Yeah.
You know, but they know there are people that literally live off that. People that have to fit it. Because, like, we can't all be the same and agree with the things. Otherwise, it would be boring.
Yeah,
I'd rather live in a crazy world than a normal going world.
Yeah.
Rather have, what do we call, corrupt politicians. So we have something to read about.
Yeah,
I'd rather have them have fun.
corrupt politicians must die.
They must die, but after being corrupt.
There's no place for corrupt politicians.
Shall we look at the weather?
Ja, kom ons kyk, miskien laat voel dit ons beter.
Okay, so the Meteorological Society is saying that the forecast for today, the 10th of November, further thunder showers are expected in the north and the east. Heavy storms are possible in the Otjozundjupa and Omaheke regions on Thursday. That's going to be then tomorrow. The interior is sunny and warm in the west, and in the Curragh region, elsewhere partly cloudy and hot, with a few to isolated thunder showers in the central north, northeast, and also the east. The coast partly cloudy and mild to warm, with a wind moderate to fresh southwesterly. Maximum temperatures for today in Windhoek 32, going to the coast, Walvis Bay 27, with Swakopmund 23. Then going to the north of the country in Okongo today, 33, Ondangwa 35, Oshakati also 35. In the central northern parts, Ochivarongo 35 today, Rehoboth 34, with Marienthal 36, and Keetmanshoop today 34. Then in Grobabis 36, Buitenpost 37, and going to Katima Mulilo 33 degrees Celsius.
I will be I'll be at the coast this coming weekend. I have an event, a big event that I'm hosting on Friday night in Walfish Bay, and it's now my third time going to the coast with events. I think in the last 2-3 weeks. I'm so looking forward to going to the coast again.
Yes.
Hoe lyk die weer?
For the coast, it's going to
Yeah.
be mild and fog patches in the morning. But it's also cloudy, mild to warm. So you should have actually a very nice weekend.
Franco Jose is asking, what will the weather be in Berseba?
In Berseba, let's have a look if I can find that. Berseba is not on the list. But I can tell you Nkuru Kuru. 35 degrees.
Kuru.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Dis warm in Berseba.
Is warm. Jy weet ook klaar van. Hy weet. Hy's net een weer vir daai plek. Moer toe warm. Klaar. Dis die weer.
Thank you. Bye.
Koffie,
Okay,
thank
Koffie.
you. Thank you very much.
Dankie man, Koffie. Dankie.
Jy word uitgevat hierso because jy lees die comments half, so jy word uitgevat hierso.
Alhoewel ek moet Shine se comments lees.
Yeah. So let's just quickly just read some comments before we do start with the show. Mutatio Carson says, corruption everywhere. Mitch is reading the comments of his friends and other comments are paraphrase. Lieve Yiskia, Teshon says, Lieve Yiskia, ons soek vir Shines. Mitch moet confirm of die toppie met die Nama accent sy oom van sy ma se kant af is. I wonder who is talking about.
Hulle praat vir Patella.
Wie is dit?
As hy lawyer vir Nkipunya, né?
Of Mike
Nkipunya, ja.
Okay.
Kipunya,
Liewe
ja.
Iskia sê, die Mitch kom bom gai alles deur mekaar. Hoe hy comments lees. Norma Good, Moro and MMC, thank you very much. Joe Dashingjo, Maria is not in for the rest of the week. She had to leave the country on some private business, but she should be back on Monday. JD, Moro Almal, Teshon, Michael, Kaloi Buchter, hulle het jou hobby laat cheap en Koffie sit nog daar. Ja. Franco Jose says, the first helicopter on the ruling party building will be a Nampol helicopter. Okay, guys, Shines is also off for the week. Kaloi, just so that you know, your boyfriend is not here. Shines is also off for the week. He's writing exams. You're supposed to know. You guys know that Shines is studying
Come on, Shine's Life Matter.
Shine's Lives Matter. Yeah. He's studying to become a lawyer, so He's busy studying, or no, he's writing exams this week. Maxwell Chiero, I heard they are building jacuzzis, indoor mini soccer pitch, and a massage parlor inside the new SWAPO headquarters. Indoor cinema as well. So, no problema, Uripi. Wat is die probleem, Maxwell? Huh? Och, ja, Stefanus Bolton sê, julle laat lag my op die dag, maar my, dis mooi, gat net so aan. Shines lives matters. Ayere, weet jy. Dis kan maar jou oom, van jou auntie se kant af.
Nee, wel. En jy gehoor hoe praat hy?
Ek het nog nie. I'm not following the trial because I don't have the time to follow the trial, sit there on my, in front of my cell phone or PC and watch this whole trial. I'd rather have some snippets of it, and I like the comments or the short snippets of breaking news that newspapers are sending throughout the day, which is basically the highlight of what Mike is talking about. But I can't sit and watch the whole thing.
Ja, die hoort so 'n word tone voice, né? En ek sê wel die is my presenter voice, die is net die wat jy sien is net 'n wire.
Is it a virus?
As 'n wire. Sien jy so moenie worry, jy laat my presenter voice hoor nou die dag.
Listen,
Maar hy man praat so. Hy man praat maar so I tell him, but my lordship. My lordship, if I can approach.
Nee, then it's very close.
That's why they saying that.
It's very close. Mutatio Carson says NWR must go get our money back from the Cora guy. Yeah, ne? Yeah. Fargo Jose Swapper only got money to sponsor NWR with the Shark Island. Ish. Mohaus Siboli laat Malume broeklaks eet. As ek broeklaks moet eet, dan gou sin ek nog verder. Och, nee man, Mohau. Okay, let's quickly start with the news of the day. Mitch, wow. Just from my side, and you need to give us a little bit of what you experienced in court, because you were in court yesterday.
Met my oom.
Yeah, met your oom. I felt, there was a stage that I started feeling sorry for Mike. I don't know why. Maybe it's just my stupid humanity that kicked in, because Judge Uitele, Shafi, as I know him, Shafi came, hy het met die hele box gekom.
Die hele box.
Die hele box. Because I think the way that he cross-examined and cross-questioned Mike was brutal.
It was really.
It was brutal. And I mean, I saw snippets of it last night. And up to a point, Mike looked so rattled that he didn't know how to answer the questions anymore. So what's your take? What happened in court yesterday?
Man, I kind of felt like Onze Brashavi was biased.
Okay.
Because whenever Mike would name the party of the people,
Yeah.
you would want a direct answer like who. You are saying Swapo Congress, but you are not saying who. So Mike had to now reiterate his way of talking. So first he had to say, everything doesn't come through with me. It's a corporate letter, right? So the chairperson would be advised by the minister. The chairperson will send me that, and then I allocate the quotas. Now, Mike is trying to explain the details and how do we put it? Like, Mike is trying to explain exactly how the information comes to him. But Shafu wanted him to point out who was the beneficiary. If you say Swapo, who?
Yeah.
To who did the money go? So my guy, Mikey, had a leg day every day this whole trial, okay? Or bail hearing. He had leg day. He didn't sit for a long time, okay? So my guy was also tired. My guy later went, hey, it's the minister.
I think what
Oh man.
my assumption here at the moment, because Mike is so rattled at the moment, because one day he says this, one day he says that it starts to make the SWAPO party look good,
That's the thing.
because the party can clearly now throw this boy Sopiso under the bus by saying, you see, this man, one day he tells this story, another day is another story. What? I was telling all along SWAPO did not benefit from this thing.
Yeah, and this is what Mercia said, ne? Maria, sorry, my girl, sorry, before we block the people.
CC.
Yeah,
Class captain.
This is what she meant with that. Ne? What she meant with what the beneficiaries were about. So it's him. He can't point out who the beneficiaries were to SWAPO. So now Safu is asking, look, you are saying the SWAPO Congress benefited. Who exactly benefited? Now Maria said it's the Dili money that was paid or what, but it was obviously to SWAPO's benefit. So he put it that way, like it is to SWAPO's benefit. Mara, our guy Shafu wants to know who exactly. So him would not know because he was just told to allocate the money.
Let's
He would not know.
Yeah, let's quickly read what the paper says. The curtain is coming down on former Fishcore CEO Mike Ngipunye. His bail hearing today with the state alleging that its investigations have shown that in total 317 million of public resources were misappropriated in the so-called Fish Rod saga. Ngipunye, whose alleged dealings in his misappropriation were laid bare in court this week, denied a role in any of it. In fact, he argued that no monies were misappropriated, adding that the whole saga is one big misunderstanding. State Advocate Cliff Lutibezi yesterday told Ngipunye in closing that more than 317 million was allegedly misappropriated, and as such, there is a serious prima facie case against him in which he is facing very serious charges from racketeering to money laundering and corruptly gratifying himself, as well as theft, amongst others. Money misappropriated through Fishcore alone when Ngipunye was in charge amount to $167 million, the state told Judge Shafimana Uitele. These monies were paid through Sisa Namanje Incorporation and DHC Incorporated law firms and other fishing entities owned by Ngipunye's co-accused in the landmark case, the state explained. The state also informed Ngipunye that he should bear in mind that if he is found guilty, he will face a very heavy sentence. To this, the former CEO retorted that there is nothing to suggest he was guilty of any crime. He said, "It is my understanding that every allegation of crime is serious. I still strongly believe guilt of a person is not based on the number of charges, but the evidence that is available against accused person, and I strongly believe the state does have the chance of proving the allegations beyond reasonable doubt." Let me just quickly read some comments. Because
And then I have to tell you something that happened there. So,
Natangwe Ipinge Shikongo, the judge wanted the names, and after he authorized the 15 million, did follow up with CISA and DHC if they got the money. He must come clean. Mutatio Carstens Omes, why is my party speaking with an O accent hookah? I'm asking for tension. Roviera, julle hoor Neville ken die judge op sy nickname. Hier is match fixing. Hey, sack wena. Maar my ken ook nie wat hy praat nie. Monica Lewinsky says, I agree with Mitch. I think the judge was biased yesterday. Natangwe says, I also felt sorry for him at some point. He was grilled. Ek wil net by sê, before you continue, Mitch. Kyk, the challenge that I have, kyk, we want the truth to come out. Now, in a court of law, that is now whether you had a fight in front of groot winkels, if as jy met 'n bottel gesteek is voor die groot winkels and you go lay a charge, you can't say to my understanding
Yeah.
that it was Outgroep that stabbed me with a bottle. Judge Shafi will ask you to your understanding.
I don't want you to understand.
I don't want your understanding. Can you confirm whether it's Outgroep wat jy gesteek het of nie? The problem that I have, and as much as we feel sorry for Mike being grilled like this, and I saw the testimony of his yesterday where he says, you know what, to my understanding, the instruction came from the minister to the chairman. To my understanding. What is the truth? Did the minister speak to you directly? Or you basically did this on instruction of the chairman of the board? Yeah, according to how I understand, you can't speak like that in court.
But Neville, you do understand that corporate governance is different than how people work in the government. So to them, it's like Neville, if you are my boss, Mary is Mary is your boss, but you are my boss, and Mary gives you an instruction, and you give that instruction to me to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the instruction comes from Mary.
Yeah.
Mary is the one that said this thing must be done and did it to be done. That. Okay, so now I'm asked, who gave you the instruction? Or from who does this instruction come from? I can't say Neville.
Maar jy sien, that's all you need to say. You only say, I got the instruction from the chair.
Yeah.
If the judge is asking you,
Okay, I get you there.
Where did the instruction come from the chair? Judge, I don't know. I don't know. You only need to respond on the proof that you have. That is the court of law.
Yeah, and I understand that. I understand that, and Mike is very wrong for trying to always explain everything. Because even if you watch the hearing, you'll hear Mike always saying, can I be of help? He wants to help the people that wants to put him away. Okay. He says always, can I be of help? And then he explains to the people. And he hears from the lawyer, you can comment or not comment. It is up to you.
Yeah.
But he really wants to speak. Mike is like the guy who is looking for freedom from abusive girlfriend. And now, the law doesn't always believe the man when he's been abused. So, Mike is just there saying, she's beating me. She's the one beating me. Isn't it true?
Cello Humble Giant says, I thought it was Mitch's phone that was confiscated in court.
Oh my. My
Shalako,
goodness.
Mora top mense, Mora Shalako, Mutatio Carstens, to my understanding, I signed that document. Tangeni with a capital T says, Mitch, stop explaining. You might incriminate yourself like Mike. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Maria Aziz says, who wouldn't want to be free, guys? Christmas is around the corner. That is, Maria, that is so true.
Yeah.
I think the pressure that these guys are having at the moment is, yes, they want to be home with their families. But then again, you know what? We need to keep in mind how many families' lives these guys destroyed.
Yeah.
With all this money that was embezzled.
Only if they're found guilty, then we can say that.
Monica Lewinsky says, but he already said that it was for Swapo Congress. What else do you want the guy to say? Prosecutors, investigators must do their work and follow the paper trail money, my opinion. Monica, you know what? As we sit here, We know that is the truth. That who benefited from this. We know that the party benefited from it. We see the condom. The condom paper is lying right there. But as Maria walks in here, she knows, she sees the condom paper, but she has no proof between me and Mitch who used the condom. There must be proof beyond reasonable doubt. Hierdie condoom papier wat hier lê belongs to either Mitch or it belongs to me.
And that's unfortunately how the court works.
That's just
It's
how it works.
It's just really wrong.
Yeah.
I believe. Like, look, and Mike also did something there that really, you know, that he was he was asked, how were you making this money? And he was like, no, my company was having the money. And my company it was to the benefit of my company. And our guy Shafu said, no, like right now where I'm sitting, I'm also earning.
Yeah.
You are earning when you do those, what do we call the thing that he always says? Oh, please, let me get it. Consultancy work.
That is, you know what, and that is what further just damaged it for Mike.
Yeah, and he was asked, so you are doing consultancy work with companies that you give, that work with the companies that Fishco works with. So let me put it right. So you are doing consultancy work with companies that Fishco work with. And you don't see anything wrong with that, Mikey. Mikey said no.
Cello Humble Giant says, Mike was there denying every allegation. Natangwe Pinge Chikongo says, there is no paper trail. Remember, he said he was verbally instructed to transfer 15 million to Caesar and others. Maria Aziz says, but why is Maria the person of example? Mbushe. Mbushe.
We just love man.
Yeah. Mbushe ain't in, so I'm taking the hit. Yeah. Take the hit for your Mbushe here. Ne?
Let's use Roviera as the example.
Yeah, okay.
Roviera, the condom is there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the other thing, just for me in closing the on this issue is the fact that Mike allegedly earned 15 million
From me?
Namibian dollars over the last 3 years from consulting in his own name while he's working for Fishcore. So it's like, let me look at this. So I'm working for Legal Shield, and I go and do consultancy work for Old Mutual and for Sanlam, which is basically an insurance opposition of Legal Shield and of Legal Shield.
Yeah, which is conflict of interest.
Which is a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And Shafi was asking him, you don't see anything wrong with it?
Yeah, it was asked, and he
The
said
man said,
no.
no, ek sien niks daarmee verkeerd nie.
It would have been different, ne? Probably it would have been very different if you're not the guy signing the checks for the guys that you give the tender. So it's like, I am the CEO. I give this guy the tender and I do the consultancy work for him. It's almost like that now. So and he's asked, like, don't you see something wrong with it? And he said no, and the court was laughing. People were laughing there. And that already showed that our guy's been grilled really now.
Mohausi Bolle says, dis hoekom Mike so lekker getoppa het. Man het getoppa.
By Bigs.
Yeah, by Bigs. By Bigs. Maria Aziz says, regardless of no paper for instruction, money is there. So if I send money to the law firm, they can see. They should stop, man. Yeah, Maria, I think the one challenge that we obviously have with this lawyer issue in terms of opening the books, it's once again this lawyer-client privilege that, as Mitch affectionately call Sisa Fisher Namanje.
Yeah.
That Fisher was fighting for his books to stay close because of lawyer-client privilege. Mutondenje, Gabe says, Mike is telling the truth, but Shafi is standing for the party.
A lot of people really felt like that.
Okay.
Because
But what is the judge supposed to be saying? Oh, but the I think when anybody stands on the, take the stand, it is important for the judge, irrespective of what we believe he stands for, that the defense must have their work cut out. Because if you know that Shafi allegedly stands for the Swapo party, and you know
Allegedly.
you are the defendant that needs
allegedly.
that needs to come and state your case. Moet jy jou story agter mekaar het. Finish en klaar.
Bro, ek sê al klaar as ek by 'n court kom, né? En 'n prosecutor haal 'n file uit wat so dik is, dan sê ek is guilty en gaan huis toe of gaan na my sel toe en die files en die file is so dik, né? En is so 8 van hulle. So, hoe het jy soveel information op iemand en jy dink jy sien al die 8 files en jy dink like, hy let niks op my nie.
Rovera says, maar ouens,
Yo.
1.3 miljoen annually from one company, dan is daar nog wat hy gekry het. Daai ou moet in die son laat staan word vir 'n hele maand gons. Wilhelm Mboli says, Mike had 4 employees in his company. Do the math how much got paid if he made 5 million a year over 3 years.
And the employees, it starts with a chair.
Nee?
And it's not kama secretary, PA, general worker. It's chairman, director of, and it's just 4.
Taishon, Maria Aziz, shots fired. Yeah, sort each other out. Floyd Umlazi says, Kama, my English is less. Who said that? Is it Mike who said that? I just want to say, and you know what, Mitch, and this is from a personal note on a serious note, and I guess it goes out to everybody out there also on the stream who's listening to this. Finally, I realize that there is nothing wrong. Hear me out. I finally realize that there's nothing wrong with my slow entrepreneurial pace that I had for the last couple of years. As a man, it always frustrates you guys out there and girls out there who wants to cut out a life for yourself in the mainstream of entrepreneurship, and you think that things are not moving fast enough for you. Chances are that you looked at a lot of these guys and you don't understand why they are so far ahead in life at the same age as you.
Yeah.
En jy kom net nie vorentoe nie.
Yep.
So finally we know that these guys are not better than us.
Never.
They've never been better than you.
And they've been never ahead of you.
They've never been ahead of you.
Yep.
If I listen to Mike speaking, then I ask myself, hoe the donor did this guy become a CEO
Yo.
of such a reputable institution as Fishcore? While you, Mitch, who sits here, who's got a little bit more up in your head,
Yeah.
cannot get there. So finally, through God's grace,
You understand?
we finally see now
And I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
Like, really.
So the message from me out there today is you were never stupid. You were never slow. You were never dumb. You were never
Behind.
You
Yeah.
were never as net ander mense het gesteel en hulle lyk beter socially in this consumer driven society that we are living in. So let this be a lesson to all of us
Baie.
that you can make it in life. It takes a little bit slower for all of us, but we will eventually get there.
Your pace is your pace.
Your pace is your pace.
And make sure that you enjoy every single moment and every single experience. Make sure that it's a lesson for you, because when you get to the top or whatever you are, you need everything you took with in the road. You see, like when he blatantly stood there and said, I was given this position, it was not advertised. I was, what in the kid months is happening?
Yeah, nee. Monica Lewinsky says, I totally agree with you. There is no paper trail, only verbal instructions. What I mean is they must follow the paper trail from the law firm to where the money went disappeared. And I do believe, Mike, in that regard, that there's a lot of these things because people don't want to leave a paper trail. They verbally speak about these things so that any evidence is nie. I understand it. Yeah, Dion Shimsizzle, yes, I do agree with you, Dion, and it's exactly how I also understand it. He earned 15 million in a period of 3 years as 5 million a year. Gwanyemba's MD, which is a close corporation he owns, Judge Witele then asked, so you earned more than 15 million for Gwanyemba's MD than at Fishcore? That's when I was like, yo, this is now becoming hot. Yeah, so this guy made more money from his private entity per year
Than from fish.
than from Fishcore.
And then he said that was benefits.
What benefits?
It's not a salary.
Yeah.
He said it's benefits. And him and the judge went back and forth about that. And the judge explained to him, listen, you can't say you were given benefits by is Mayemba's name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said he was having a salary from Fishco. But Mayemba, I want to say it right, it was just benefits that he was getting.
Wat is hierdie ding se naam? Gwanyemba.
Yeah, Kwanyemba, yeah. Was
Kwanyemba.
just benefits. So that's where he and our judge, Shafu, was like going back and forth.
Who's Money Mike? Oh, Money. That name Mike is bad luck. Imagine Money Mike who also have over 300 charges against him. That's Valelum Siboli. Are we talking about
Who's
Nee.
Money Mike?
Who's Money Mike? Are you talking about what is the guy's name? Grrr.
Ambushelelo.
Yeah, Michael, yeah.
Our
that's
guy, man. That's my favorite in the
Yeah.
Premier. Bro. Don't play me. That guy's life is very colorful. I like it.
Yeah. So, are you going to be back in court today?
Yeah, I'm gonna be back in court. Court starts at 11 today, and it's gonna go up till 6. They asked for it, and it's gonna go up till 6.
Yo.
But this NASFA thing, man.
Ja.
Hoekom moet die kinders terugbetaal, Neville? Hoekom? Sê Jamie. So, hoekom moet die kinders terugbetaal, Neville?
Yeah, I have the article here in front of me.
Het jy dit hier?
Its names are backdated to 1998. Joh, is lang terug. More than 1,000 debtors have reported to the NSFAF, while the fund says it plans to publish more than 300 names of loan holders dating back to 1998 this week. 1998, yeah, that's when my first son was born. After struggling for over a decade to get beneficiaries of loans to pay back the money, the NSFAF released a notice 2 weeks ago stating that the names of those who owe the fund would be published, followed by appropriate legal action. NSFAF Acting Chief Executive Officer Kennedy Kandume yesterday explained the fund's decision to release the debtors' names, saying they have been appealing to them to come forward, which has not yielded any results. So far, 1,008 debtors have either repaid their loans or have come to make arrangements or are waiting for their statements to make arrangements to repay, Kandume said. Yes. Ja,
Ek dink
dis nou wat dit is.
Ek dink NSFAF moet net nie die mense skam maak nie. Hulle moet net 'n WhatsApp groep oopmaak en daar die storie deel met almal. Hulle moet 'n WhatsApp groep oopmaak. Ek meen dan kan die cash loans mos ook onze name daar uitsit.
Yeah, it's a situation that has been coming for some time. I guess NSFAF decided that they have no choice. They have no choice but to publish these names as a token of desperate measures. And it seems like it has the desired effect now, because everybody is now streaming to the offices of NSFAF to make arrangements. So we will definitely be following that case closely to see how that goes.
No, Neville, NSFAF, hoekom is dat hierdie grants vry in ander lande en by ons land moet dit altyd terugbetaal word en dis so en so en jy ken mos die student board het ook gesê gehad hulle is gereed om kort toe die storie te vat.
Kijk, if you sign any contract, and I do understand, and listen, I am also not free from what we're talking about. I think everybody who's in business, there are people that you owe money to.
Yeah.
You owe money to people, and there are people you owe institutions that you owe money to. I have debts that I need to pay. I have it as I sit here. And there are some of my creditors that I struggle to pay because my level of income that I used to have is probably not the same anymore. So, but you have to make arrangements. Alles het op die swakste R5 om te sê
Of 50.
of vir 50 gaan betaal of wat ook al. I mean, any student who signed the NSFAF agreement knew when you signed the agreement,
You were supposed to pay this money back.
ek moet hierdie zak terugbetaal. Dis nie for free nie. I have to pay this money.
And how will the country be able to give the next generation or the next people that come through money or a grant to be able to study if you guys probably sit down with that money and not pay it back?
It's true. And kijk, I do understand. Kom ek sê so. Mitch, if I owe you $1,000, sê Mitch, ek sal jou die zaak volgende week teruggee. Volgende week vraag jy my nou, Neville, waar is my blok? So I'm waiting for Kofi om my 2 blok te gee, sodat ek jou blok kan gee. If Kofi does not pay me my 2 block, I can't give you your 1 block.
Back.
Ek kan nie. You know, Mitch, I'm sorry, ne? I know I'm supposed to be paying you this week. My bra, I'm sorry. There's money I'm waiting for. No, ek weet jy raak ook befok.
Yeah, and onrustig.
En onrustig. But what can you do if you can't pay somebody back?
Make arrangements.
I understand. Now you make the arrangement. The arrangement is in 2 weeks' time I'll pay you back.
Of betaal in payment of iets. Gee die mense R300 nou en so en so. I know this because I'm a Damara.
Okay.
Kijk, the way ons skuld is ook different.
Ja.
Onze budget is different as ander
Very,
mense.
very different, ja.
Soos, die ander mense het company naam op hulle se budget. Ons het mense se naam op onze budget. Andy Erika, Andy Helen, cash loan 1, cash loan 2. Dat by die 3. Onze budget is different. Maar om terug te betaal, ek sal julle sê, is die beste ding wat jy kan doen op aarde.
Yeah.
Of om probeer terug te betaal.
We all in problems. And,
Yeah.
And I have a full understanding of people's financial challenges, and we all go through it.
We go through it.
Yeah, but I'll fight it a biggie langer, but pay back.
Pay back.
Yeah, please pay back. Just an update on the Iri Ebaha Musquet China shop owner. Just an update, $1,000 bail for boss accused of forcing worker to strip. A Windhoek shop owner who is accused of forcing his employee to take off her work uniform in public was granted bail in the amount of $1,000 in the Karatura Magistrates Court. Magistrate Johannes Shudeni granted Bai Nong Lee, a Chinese national who has been charged with criminal injuria, bail on condition that he surrenders his passport to the police. Defense lawyer Eleni Velikoshi asked that the bail amount be $500, adding that this could serve as a warning. Sandra George, the alleged victim, was yesterday not satisfied with the bail amount granted. She told the Namibian she initially wanted to be compensated for damage and humiliation by Lee. He took a picture of me undressing, and this really is very disrespectful and extremely humiliating, she said. He should have paid me $200,000 because now I am left unemployed and humiliated, she said. George said she was shocked that Lee was granted bail
For?
for the amount of $1,000. The AR activist Julius Natangwe this week said it is inhumane to undress a woman and force her to cover her with boxes. Sanaka. The movement demanded that the shop be closed until further action is taken against its owner. Yo.
What in the Kietmans is happening?
Yeah, it's
What?
yeah. So for all of you guys out there, just this is just an update as to this Ebaha Chinese case of this man who undressed a Namibian woman in public. He got bail. He got granted bail of
He got bail for
Namibian.
1,000.
Yeah, but I hope she sues the hell out of him.
Yeah, she must do it. She must find a private lawyer and do it. Yeah, because look at this. Onze ouens van dollar. Kan iemand zijn phone nou vat. En hij zal niet bail krijgen. Of hij zal die bail gezet worden voor 3,000 of 5,000.
Nee.
Hoekom krijg hij R1,000 bail? En Mike kan eens niet bail krijgen. Mike! Who died for our country.
Ja. Luister, jy word
Nee.
geëet. Jy word geëet hierso.
Wat?
Liewe Jeskia sê Damaras hou van vleis skild maak. Dis hoekom hulle soos vleis lyk. Masha Lee, he must be deported, bloody fool. Nee, I agree. Masha Lee says, die man maak genoeg geld om meer as 1,000 te betaal.
Alsjeblieft.
I agree. Maria Aziz says only 200,000. You know what? Obviously, that is what she has in mind. We all have different qualities of life. If $200,000 does it for, I sincerely hope that she sues the hell out of this.
Ek soek 200,000.
Ebaga.
200,000. Give the girl.
Laat hulle vir haar gee.
Give the girl.
Yeah.
Tenminste that.
Yeah.
But that's really something bad. And I hope like the Swapper girls, you know, Swapper Girls Union, the girls are saying the guy must be deported. I hope the girls fight for
Whatever.
the lady. I hope they fight for her.
Whatever.
What? Do you think they won't fight for her? The Swapper girls. Oh.
I think this is in good hands with the AR because they've been the ones who's been fighting this all along. So I don't always have to agree with the AR, okay? But I say, like I said on our show yesterday,
AR moet.
AR is the one activist movement that when it comes to these labor cases,
There are no
as
nonsense.
They are no nonsense. They
Yeah.
go there, they film it, and I'm happy that.
En the one thing that I want to say, asseblief laat hierdie storie asseblief by Bernardus ook uitkom. Laat Bernardus vir eie standby. Standby vir eie en laat die 'n groot storie raak. And let it be an example.
yeah.
Let it be an example. And let it not be repeated again.
Military payments linked to Dubai.
Hey.
Invoices show military bought pillows, bags, bed sheets, and uniforms from the Middle East. An investigation into alleged corruption at the military company August 26 textile and garment factory found that around 40 million Namibian dollars has been transferred to Dubai, the United States, Malaysia, and Brazil to allegedly buy pillows, uniforms, and other goods for soldiers. Police investigators believe some of these goods were never delivered and that the funds were instead diverted to.
Okay.
Here.
Never.
Okay, let me read again.
Try to get through it.
Police investigators believe, and we're talking about 40 million Namibian dollars now. Police investigators believe that some of these goods were never delivered and that the funds were instead diverted to the personal accounts of certain individuals. The payments were allegedly made between 2013 and 2016 for military uniforms, security products, defense force printed pillows, blah blah. Hier.
Neville, okay, dis wat ek wil altyd vra by hierdie goed, nee. If a company needs, or like let me say, if the military, let me explain it this way. If a company needs stationery, Neville, en die procurement word geapproach, hulle word gesê nee, ons maak 'n budget vir ons nodig regtig. Hy sê penne, Neville het nie 'n pen nie. Mitch het nie 'n pen nie. Mitch het nie 'n pet om op te skryf nie. En ons word R500 gegee. En ons word gesê gaan koop daai ding. En ek gaan daar en deposit nou 250 in jou bank, 250 in my bank en ons kom nie sonder die goed terug nie. Hoekom word die goed dan nie gequestion van die mens wat die geld gegee het?
I don't understand that what has been happening in our country. I think fish rot, it seems like if we go back to fish rot, it seems like this paper trail of fish rot started somewhere around 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. This case is now 2013, 2016. Just to give a little bit more insight, these details are contained in bank records and other documents that are part of an investigation into August 26, a state-owned company that was allegedly used to enrich military generals and their cliques in deals worth more than 200 million Namibian dollars. The transactions provide a rare insight into Namibia's secretive military spending and potential corruption in the procurement system. You know what? People always said, if we think fish rot is big,
Yeah.
then you need to go to the Ministry of Defense. That is where the
August
real
26.
that is where the real spending, the real corrupt activities allegedly is taking place.
And that's why Mario was saying, why do they have the biggest budget then? Why they, like, and we had covered, but they still have the biggest budget. So that's not its fault. That's not its fault, regtig waar. En kyk, Neville, this is what I was thinking. So what if the fish rod guys are used as an example?
As an example for what?
Like as an example, and then they give them like unfair sentences and everything. Will they do the same for this type of stuff after the investigations? Because we know if this comes out, we will have more ministers, more who people in the know how. Will they really get the same type of? Because I feel like in the fish rod, in the fish rod case, I was feeling yesterday when I was saying this thing is just been prolonged while everything is there. I thought that the point where it will come to is that they will ask Stephanus to come here. And Stephanus will not come. And because he was the main witness, this case might be thrown out. And people that were not supposed to get hurt will get hurt.
The First Lady said, I can't remember if it was this year or last year, where the First Lady said, it is only corruption when you are not eating together with the corrupt. So I don't know if this is the case, but yeah, people are eating with impunity at the moment. Soos wat Nani sê, you are eating. Kom ons lees gou 'n paar comments. Mutondenje Gabe says, this country has a lot of money to eat but not to develop it. Hey Mutondenje, it's not this country. It is your country.
As a belief.
It's not this country. It's it's Mutondenje's country. Lieve Iskia says, we will not fix this country because people in Windhoek see how a SWAPO headquarters are built, but the hospital is a ghost house. Dion Chimsizzle says, guys, I always say there is corruption that we can overlook, maybe because the nation benefited without knowing, but some of this corruption cannot be condoned. No, man. Lord have mercy. Manda Tiek sê, Neville, jy kan meer weer sê, ag, Here, mens word moedeloos terwyl hier werkloosheid en hongerte is. It's Manda, this sad. Maria Aziz says defense and also thereby health. Roviera says normally offers service. Perhaps she should approach him. Yeah, that's the that's obviously the name that I have in mind. I know Norman does a lot of pro bono work for Namibian society. Lieve Iskia says the fact is that this country is run by Botsotso.
Het is lang laat wat ek die woord gehoor het.
Botsotso, joh.
Ja, hier.
Elton Figo says, yeah, it's pillows. Yeah, it's pillows, it's pillows.
Die pillows is 1 miljoen rand.
For pillows, guys, this country is so rich but is being run by some brainless people. Criminal injuria itself is a small count. It's not a Schedule 1 offense. If she wants money, then she must lodge a civil case. Yes, hello. Obviously, the civil case needs to come. Again, you know what? In closing on this story, for companies, you can clearly see there was a method behind this madness. For $40 million Namibian dollars to be leaving the shores of Namibia to Dubai, there seems to be a definite link, because I believe there are local textile people here in Namibia.
And August 26 also does that. Come on. They also do some textile.
So if they do some
stuff,
wait a minute. Wag gou. Sê weer.
August 26 doen uniforms.
Hulle doen uniforms.
Hulle doen uniforms. Hulle doen dat voor companies altijd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why would August 26 outsource a service to Dubai, which they can do themselves,
and a lot of other companies
in Namibia?
Yeah.
Hier.
Is om te sê ons het hoeveel miljoen gebetaal. We paid now for one pillow $300,000. Then it's believable, most if it's in Dubai.
Mutatio Carson says, is Abuti Agaba, Mr. Zero Tolerance to Corruption, aware of all these corrupt activities happening under his nose? Hey, Mutatio. Hey. Nie daarso nie.
He knows nothing.
Nie daarso nie. Okay? Yeah, let's not go there. Yeah.
Asseblief, is amper December, ons los die man uit. Ons wil nie probleme hê nie.
Moet dat jou, asseblief, ja. Liewe Iskia, we will not fix this country because people in Windhoek see how a SWAPO headquarters are built. Oh yeah, no, I read that comment, yeah. Yeah, guys, it's bad.
It's really troubling.
it's really bad.
But I've seen this a lot, né, that people, they would rather want other companies to build it. Like even that's why most of our even the SWAPO headquarters was built by a Chinese company. It was built by them. It's not a Namibian company that built it. Namibian guys were subcontractors, I think. So that's why they gave them money. They must go with the money. That's how we give them back their money.
In other news, a woman fights for her life after a panga attack. Maria Shilongo narrowly escaped death after her husband, Ferdinand Festus Ngidipo, assaulted her with a panga yesterday morning. She is now fighting for her life at Oshakati State Hospital. Ngidipo brutally hacked Shilongo with the panga 5 times before proceeding to hang himself in the bedroom during the wee hours of yesterday morning. In full view of their 3 children, aged 7, 8, and 10. The couple got married in the year 2000. Shilongo is a housekeeper, while Ngidipo does odd construction jobs. She survived the attack with a gash to her face, right shoulder, and right thumb, and two to her head. Oshana police spokesperson Inspector Thomas Ayambo said the incident happened at around 20 minutes past 1 in the morning at Ongwediva's Sky Phase 1 location. Yo, yeah, near good riddance to you. I sincerely hope that the children who witness this can
Some type
find
of counseling.
some counseling,
Yeah.
yes, like you do say, and that I don't know.
I
know.
don't even want to ask a lot about this type of stuff, né?
Yeah,
And I just hope the lady pulls through
yeah, that she pulls through for her children.
and he gets to hell and knows,
Mm.
she's not coming.
Mm.
She's living for the kids now. So I hope the lady pulls through, and I don't really want to talk around this type of stuff because it just makes me not look like a comedian anymore because it makes me angry.
That maak 'n mens kwaad.
Like we've been reading a whole bad news and then you come to this and
Oh,
is net onnodig en
Yeah.
dit om dit voor die kinders te doen en jou kind sal daai berig moet gaan lees om die ma te onthou.
yeah, and that's the thing.
En dis die ding hoe hy vir jou ook moet onthou.
Yeah, but that is the evil that men do. The evil that men do.
Is there some kind of psychological problem around this? And it's been happening a lot. Just the other day in Swakop,
Yeah.
we had that, Wolfish Bay actually, we had that. And he said that the lady committed suicide. And as Kafi was also saying, the report shows that she was shot in the back of the head and twice. And we're like, how do you want people to believe that a person commits suicide in that way?
Julle wat moggels is, nee? Who think you can get away with such nonsense? When you fire a pistol, nee? If you fire a pistol, the gunpowder
Yeah.
spreads over your body. The particles of gunpowder. So al gaan was jy jou, nee? Even after that. And the forensic reporters come through, or those guys who do that, CSI Katutura people. CSI
Yeah.
Katutura, and they come and they scan your body. Somewhere on your body, they will find one particle of gunpowder.
The gunpowder residue.
The residue, whether
Yeah.
it's on your clothes, whether it's what, jy sal gekry word.
Jy sal gekry word.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even. You're just making things worse for yourself if you're gonna give that type of an argument because it makes you look like you're not remorseful.
Kyk, die ding is, ek sê weer. As jy nie die vrou wil hê nie, if you don't want to be with your spouse, your partner anymore, daar is 'n skei-hof. Judge Shafi Uitele is also a consultant in the divorce law courts or whatever. Go there and get divorced. Finish and klaar.
And leave the person.
Los die mense.
I know most of the times we say nee. Ek kan nie die mens los nie. Ons is 10 jare saam. Ons het 'n kaya van onderaf begin gebou. Ek het die kussings gekoop, ek het die bedgoede gekoop, so ek kan nie van die man afgaan nie. Of ek is bang. Sometimes is jy's bang vir die man of wat, né? Maar daar is ways, gaan by a woman and child abuse, kry 'n counselor, kry iemand wat vir jou sal uit die probleem uithaal. Jy ook as die man, ek ken nie hoekom is dit nie maklik om net weg te loop nie. Never.
Franco Jose is asking a very, very good question. I was making a very strong statement here, and it's a question that sometimes we do ask to each other. That's why they say the spouse should never reveal their life insurance to each other. I know it's something separate that you do talk about, Franco Jose, but it is something that that a lot of partners ask each other as to how much are you willing to reveal to your partner about your personal affairs. Does your wife or your husband know exactly how much you are insured for,
Yeah.
but still love you?
Hoe baie ken mevrou van jou?
Hey, los me. Pusek.
Never. Ek sal dit nooit doen. Ek
Los
sal
mate.
nooit. Maar wat ek ken is al die vroumense wat ek gehad het met exes, ek het policy op hulle funeral cover. You can't hate me and still wanna be going peacefully. No, I'll have to get money. Al my ex en ek het 4 van hulle gehad. Ek vat al die ID, gaan maak gou by Old Mitchell. So 3 funeral covers het ek op jal gene so. Jy gaan my net hier maak en ek benefit nie dit nie.
Listen, guys.
They will get it. Get the funeral cover.
Listen, guys. So what Mitch is saying that every girl that he's dated in the past, he took out funeral cover for them
Yeah.
to make sure that they don't do anything to you.
Ja.
Aha.
En plus, jy het my seer gemaak en ek het nie gebenefit in hierdie verhouding nie. Dit mens sê as jy gaan, ek moet benefit.
Yeah.
Ja. Of hoe sê jy Neville?
Yeah, no, on a serious note, I think from between me and Mefro, she knows exactly how much I'm insured for.
Neville.
I know exactly how much she's insured for.
I'm not gonna do that. Neville.
Kom ek sê vir
I
jou.
won't do it.
Nee, ek hoor. I was there. Okay? I'm 50 years old. You are only 30 now.
I won't get there.
Jy sal daar kom.
Neville.
If you do find the one, ne? And yes, I did not, when I met Mefro when I was like, 29 or whatever, I can't even remember.
Neville, before you go, Mefro is,
Dis om kalo lewe.
okay, nee, is cool. Yeah.
Nee, het maak nie verskil nie.
No, like, ek kan nie op 'n damera Mefro 'n polis vat. Die mense lewe die polis uit.
Wie's
Sy sal
Fatella?
die eerste gaan die.
Wie's Fatella?
Ek ken nie eens wat. 'n Patella is die is die is it? Ja, die lawyer vir Mike.
Oh.
Hulle noem hom Fatella of so nee, is
Okay.
PH.
Ja, Fatella. Nee, want Rose Fatella het jou mooi geleer, bitch. Dis wat ek sê. Kyk, kom ek sê vir jou so. I think being with Mefro for well over 20 years, it probably took me 10 years before I backed up the courage to tell her how much I'm insured for, so that she understands. But I don't even share that with my children.
Ja, the kids.
I don't share that with my children. It's none of their business. They need to find their own path.
Ja, create their own.
Create your own life. The houses that we are having, the residence that we are living, it's not yours.
Is nie joune nie.
Dit is ek en my vrou se huis. You guys are only guests here totdat julle cheap. Okay?
Want Nevi, wat dink jy van like mans mense wat op hierdie ouderdom nou alles is oop. Jy is 10, kom ek sê, nie 10 nie, maar 7 jaar met 'n vroumens in die verhouding. Julle is nie getroud nie, niks, maar alles is oop. Jy sit daar op jou live cover, sê jy ken, alles is oop. Dink jy is advisable vir jong man om dit te doen? En ek dink, dis ook een van die goed wat die mansmense so laat gaan sit en ding, like, ek het alles oopgemaak, ek het wat gemaak, en die vroumens wil nou uit my lewe uitstap.
There's a certain level of energy between you and your partner.
That you have to check.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay. There are relationships that I've been with or that I've been in my life that I know this is the wrong thing to do. It's wrong because our energy, there's no synergy between our energies.
Yeah.
We both know what we're doing is wrong. It's not going to work for us at any given time. I will never really open up with you, and you will never really open up with me. So those type of relationships, we know sometimes how it's obviously probably based on just adventure, fun, sex, so. But I will never ever trust you, and you will never trust me.
And as people that are in a relationship for that long, you would know exactly that feeling, like, I know we are not gonna work out.
Ons gaan
Maar
niet werken.
julle is net daarom dat julle langzaam is.
Omdat
Of
julle
omdat julle
langsaam.
'n kind saam het.
Maar I can never be with someone that seriously it goes right down to your dick. Sally, you kan nie styf word vir iemand met wie jy nie is nie. But as ek keep it, sorry, it's just me. As ek jou nie wil hê nie, I just don't feel sexually attracted to you.
Dat gaan met alles.
I don't want you to touch me. And there are people who don't want me to be close to them. And that's why I'm saying I'm flipping the script. I have full understanding. There are people who don't like me or that I used to be with who does not want me near them. And that is fine. But there are also people that luister, dat is so whatever. So if the energies between two people does not correlate,
Walk out. Is na.
Ja.
Ek so kom ek sê, my probleem is eerstens as jy 'n vroumens like en ons tegen ons girls hello van breek baie. Ons girls hello van breek en jy wys haar baby ek het jou as ek eendag dood. Jy 2 miljoen. Uit hierdie polis uit en sy stry eendag met haar vriendin Neville. Hulle is by 'n paar en sy stry met haar vriendin Neville. Haar vriendin sê miskien ja, ek het werk of wat as al die cherry uitkom. As my man dood, dan kry ek 4 miljoen. Almal sal van die polis ken Neville. Ja, en ek agree met jou. Daar is net die baie mense met wie jy sal moet sulke goed open up.
No.
Ja.
No.
Die energy moet daar wees. Ek agree met jou 100% en ek het baie foute gemaak in my past because
We all.
because I felt like I always take relationships as a project. I take it as a personal project that I have to make it to work. And it does, and I found out it doesn't have to be like that. This thing has to come from two people, same energy, and you guys make it work. Not you saying it got broken, I have to make this work. I come from a family where something is broken, I have to fix it. No. If something is broken, walk away. That's what I'm with now.
Praji, Mitch, hoe gaan slaap jy as Neville geraas maak in jou ore? Sy mond het nie perke nie. Okay, ja. Ag, Neville hou van groot lieg, wie weet. Ja, Praji, jy ken ek Krina. Felicity Contest Ludred says ek is saam met Neville op daai kids ene.
Hulle moet nie ken nie.
Nee, sien hulle is 'n storie nie. Brajiga, your book is too thick to read. Wat's 'n boek? Wag, ek wil net gou. Mitch Neville is verlief, los tog die man. Dis wat liewe Iskia says. Mohausi Bolly says, I don't entirely agree with you on this. For other couples, it's important that the other party is well informed because they know what type of people their own families are. These are red flags that became an action. Okay.
But isn't that exactly what we're saying?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Like, you can't just do it with anybody.
You can't. Kan nie met enige mens.
Van jou familie sal later daaronder lê, jou kind sal daaronder lê.
Ja.
Jy kan die energy voel van hierdie mens, die mens sal nie vir my mense staan as ek hier weg is.
Ja.
So build that trust like Neville did. Kom tot by die punt soos Neville vir my gesê het, jy sal hier kom.
Jy sal daar kom, jy's nog jong.
Anyway, die police mense, hierdie insurance companies gee nie vir ons dan maar as police. Ons is high risk. Ons is high risk. Ons kry nie daai goede nie.
Ek het eendag gelag. Ek is in Keetmans.
Ja.
En ek is met 'n Damara bra. Now, as you come from town, Keetmans.
So daai brug dink ek is so.
Ja, kyk, as jy nou nee, maar as jy in die middel van die dorp, jy kom nou ry mos nou so dan jy mos you have the graveyards on your right hand side.
Ja.
On your right hand side. So nou kom ry ons en ons kom ry verby die begrafplaas. Nou kyk jy so en sê, my broer. Hierso nee. Mense wat doodgesteek word, hulle lê nie hierso nie. Ek vra why? Jy kan sien hoe mooi stil en rustig is daai begrafplaas. Daai mense wat doodgesteek word, hulle lê daar in
is 'n kroonlyn goed.
Kroonlyn goed en waar hulle kan nie hierso lê nie. Monica Lewinsky says, Mitch, jy is te soft. Jy sal geskroef en getriep word, my dear.
Why are the people saying ek is te soft?
Jy is te sag.
No.
Anyway, we've come to the end of our show today. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for your support. We so much appreciate your support. It is that is why we are here on a daily basis. It's because of you. You guys are here to make the show for us and for your continuous comments that you leave on the show is what gives this show its energy and its oxygen. Shop.
In the mix. Turn the volume up.
We must have you with us, coffee all the way.
Of all time. Show on the station.
But still good music coming your way.
Day sounds better with your music and your station playing on the background. Makes you happy.
Rafiki Zolo up next.
Let me see what you can do.
And some good news for Ondangwa.
Hi, this is your girl Ann Singer, and you are listening to the most informative, educative, and most entertaining midday show in Africa.
From 9 a.m. till 12 midday on Infomante Radio.
Ay, koke kakuhura panja. Ay, meruanga. Kalusia. Ay, ira. Ay, mare sepsanesa. Neru go say baresa. Neru mare sepsanesa. Neru go say baresa. Ira krip. Ay, ira tsa. Ay, oh, ira krip. Ay, ira tsa. Ay, oh, ira krip. Ira krip. I'ma ira krip. I'ma ira krip. Oh, ira krip. Ira krip. I'ma ira krip. I'ma ira krip. Oh, ira krip. Ira krip. I'ma ira krip. I'ma eat a crib, oh yeah, eat a crib, eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, oh yeah, eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, fini lady crib, oh yeah, eat a crib, eat a crib, eat a crib, coge ka kura pa, ikul ting on the one I akul mari ting coge ka kura pa, I ikul ting on I ikul ting on, oh yeah, eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, oh yeah, eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, oh yeah, eat a crib, I'ma eat a crib, fini lady crib, oh yeah, eat a crib, eat a crib, eat a crib, Người đu anh oh, để đây đã cất